everyone. Welcome to the Sage Metro Portland Friends of Sage Awards 2021. My name is Max McCosey, and I am the manager of Sage Metro Portland. This year, Sage turns 20. I can't believe it. Please help us in celebrating our award winners for the following awards: the Sage Community Spotlight Award, the Legacy Award, our Agent of Change Award, and last but not least, the Sage Lifetime Achievement Award. Thank you to our sponsors who generously donated to this event this year and continue to support the efforts of Sage Metro Portland. Happy Pride 2021, and thank you all.
If there are a million people like Kate doing writing classes out there like this, let me know, because I'll sign up for all of them. But I think she's special, and that's why I'm here to recognize her, because it was a kind of gift that keeps on giving. The other day, I woke up in the morning thinking about something I'd written in her class and something to write after that, and wanting to share it with the class and with Kate and going, oh, this is really good. This fits in perfectly. And I mean, so it's not just a trip to the dentist that you're glad when it's over. And I think Kate made that, the group made it, but Kate facilitated that. And I think that's a special thing. And I'm here to say, I think that's special, and it's still helping me.
Awesome. Meredith, do you want to answer that question? Why do you think Kate
Yeah.
deserves recognition?
Well, just to lead a group like that is really special, and not, like Brian said, isn't done every day. And she really steps up to the plate to do things like that. And she has this magic of facilitating that brought us all together. You know, if we sort of were isolated, we were so different. Yet Kate could really relate and respond to each one of us in a way that encouraged us. And I think about that group every day too, Brian. And, you know, God, I wish Brian was here to tell him, God, I remembered what he wrote, or, you know, I wrote something else, you know,
Yeah.
added on. I've added on to several of the things I've written. And you don't get that kind of community in every group. And it really reflects, like Brian said, on Kate's leadership and her encouragement. No matter who you were or where you came from, she had a way about her.
Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Blair from Sage Metro Portland. I'm here today to present our 2021 Community Spotlight Award, presented annually to those who've used their time and talents to support what we do and those we serve. This year's well-deserved recipient is Kate Frank. In the past 4 years, Kate has become very well known to our Sage community, running several successful writing workshops using the Amherst Writers and Artists method. Through a series of classes, participants learn to trust their own voice and write without judgment. No small feat. Writers of all ages and skill levels are often prone to self-doubt, but Kate finds a way to bring out the best in everyone. Not only does she welcome people in with kindness and compassion, Kate inspires a long-enduring confidence that moves these participant writers long after the final class ends. We are so grateful to Kate Frank for all her hard work with Sage Metro Portland and look forward to many more years of partnership. Thanks, Kate.
I'm so honored and humbled and grateful to be receiving the Community Spotlight Award this year. The work that I get to do because of Sage and the partnerships that I have with Max and Rebecca is amazing to me. The fact that I get to write with LGBT elders, which is something that I wanted for a long time and didn't know. I didn't know how to find those people. I didn't know what they necessarily needed from me in particular. And so having partners who are experienced in providing services to LGBT elders and have relationships and have let me form relationships with some truly amazing people has been a gift. And it's sort of ironic to be receiving an award for it because I feel so grateful and like I've received so much already. And that being said, I am very happy to be receiving the award, and I would like to accept it on behalf of all of my participants, all of the writers that I get to hear their stories, hear them listen to one another, and respond to one another in such supportive ways. The community that I get to be a part of is so much bigger than me, and so the community that I would like to spotlight is also bigger than me, and I really thank you for this honor.
My name is Maya Chamberlain, and I am the Interim Executive Director at Friendly House, and this is my grandson and new office mate during COVID, King. We're here to gratefully be a part of acknowledging Margaret Ann Jones for her contribution over years and her dedication to Sage Metro Portland and the LGBTQ+ community. Margaret Ann is one of those people that makes all of us feel better in her presence. She has been a sounding board for me personally and someone that we go to routinely for guidance and input when we have struggles we can't figure out. Margaret is a tenacious advocate. She supported Sage in being prepared for LGBTQ+ elders during the smoke season of 2020. And more recently, she participated with a group of people at the state level to make sure that LGBTQ people, elders' voices were being heard in a statewide survey that was recently released. We are better for Margaret Ann's participation, and we appreciate her greatly. And King had something he wanted to say too.
Thank you, Margaret Ann.
Thank you, Margaret Ann.
Hello, everyone. My name is Max, and I am the manager of Sage Metro Portland. I'm full of pride and pleasure today to celebrate an amazing volunteer in the LGBTQ+ older adult community in Portland. Agents of change are far and few between, and Margaret Ann Jones is an outstanding agent of change. Margaret Ann's long-standing history of service to the Portland LGBTQ+ community, with an added emphasis on those over 60 and from the Black community, is a distinction to celebrate today and beyond. My first encounter with Margaret Ann was at the Meaningful Care Conference. She was volunteering for the Gay and Lesbian Archives of the Pacific Northwest, also known as GLAPN, and I was tabling for Sage. And we met, we talked, and our first discussion dived into race and equity pretty quickly. I reflect on that conversation often as Margaret Ann made herself available to me to talk about this important and critical subject. She informed me of the group she founded, Women of All Colors, that met on Sundays at the Q Center, and how she's invested in helping the discussion around race, how racism is prevalent in the white LGBTQ+ community, both implicit and very directly, and to provide a safe space for white women to share what is on their hearts and to be vulnerable. Margaret Ann then put herself out more by exploring and establishing last year, during a pandemic, the Portland chapter of ZAMI NOBLA, the National Organization of Black Lesbians on Aging. Through that chapter and the collaboration with Pride Northwest and Sage Metro Portland, multiple Black women receive stays at local hotels for multiple nights on end, as well as fans and filters during our wildfire season, in which the wildfire was very close to the Portland border and our air quality was astronomically terrible. This year's Agent of Change Award is given to a person who helps Sage Metro Portland and the LGBTQ plus older adult community transform or renew itself by focusing on such matters as program effectiveness, improvement, and development. Margaret Ann, I'm honored that you are this year's Agent of Change for Sage Metro Portland and the people we serve. Thank you for your dedication, your resilience, your patience, and the utmost integrity you bring to each discussion. You continue to trailblaze, pave this road to a better world. You are loved, appreciated, honored, and happy Pride, everyone.
Hello, I'm Ruth Szilagyi. I'm a volunteer with Sage Metro Portland, and it is my honor to present this year's Sage Agent of Change Award to Margaret Ann Jones, who has long been an advocate for change in the Portland LGBT community. Forgive me for reading, I don't want to leave anything out. The Sage Agent of Change Award is presented to an individual who has helped Sage Metro Portland and the older adult LGBT community transform or renew itself by focusing on aspects such as program effectiveness, improvement, and development. Margaret Ann has been a leader in the SAGE community over the years, having served on the SAGE Advisory Council and contributed to many SAGE events, including the Gay and Gray Expo. She currently leads the Portland State University Capstone Project for SAGE, which is a collaboration of SAGE, GLAPN, Pride Northwest, and PSU, in which students collect oral histories of local LGBT elders, ensuring that our history is preserved. During last year's wildfires, she distributed fans and filters for those sheltering in place and secured housing for evacuees. Margaret Ann has long been an advocate for racial justice. Working with GLAPN, the Gay and Lesbian Archives of the Pacific Northwest, she plays a critical role in ensuring that Black people and other people of color are acknowledged and remembered as part of our Oregon LGBT history. As founder of Women of All Colors, she partnered with LOCA, Lesbians of a Certain Age, and led the effort to engage older white lesbians in exploring and understanding our role in enabling white supremacy, challenging us to actively participate in dismantling racism. As founder of the Portland chapter of Zami Nobla, the National Organization of Black Lesbians on Aging, Margaret Ann has elevated the voice of older Black lesbians in Portland and established a focal point for supporting them. These are just a few examples of Margaret Ann's lifelong commitment to making the world a better place. Thank you, Margaret Ann, for your presence, for your leadership, and for your persistence in moving us all forward. And congratulations on being this year's SAGE Agent of Change.
Okay, wow, I am so thrilled. It is with great honor and gratitude that I receive this Sage Metro Portland, located at Friendly House, Agent of Change Award. Wow, thank you all so much. I'm so honored to have what I've tried to do with the LGBTQIA++ community recognized by those who took time to see and understand the importance of inclusion and working together in building bridges within our communities and towards each other. It is those individuals and organizations who've opened up their hearts and their doors to me as a senior, which inspires me. I'm blessed to have met and worked with some extraordinary individuals who make their home here and who have also opened up their doors and allowed me to share community concerns and needs. Thank you for taking the time to listen and for stepping up when you could. A quote by Audre Lorde says it all for me. Without community, there is no liberation. But community must not mean a shredding of our differences, nor the pathetic pretense that these differences do not exist. Thank you again. This is wonderful. Thank you to all those that are in my heart and help me to do the things that I do. I love you all.
Well, it really is, it makes me happy, and it's an honor to commend our beloved Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence for their wonderful contributions to the programs that SAGE provides for the elder LGBT community. It's been a rough year in so many ways for all of us, but with these programs and with help like the sisters, we find ourselves given a perpetual indulgence of entertainment, fun, smiles, and joy. And I can give you a good example of how I got that. I was at the disco party. I must admit I was feeling a little down at the beginning of it. You know, my family has been through some grief this year. And but I went on the party, and yes, it was virtual, and the dance floor was in my house. But between the great music and the contributions of the sisters, I found myself on my feet and dancing my heart out. And it felt so good, and it was so much fun. My spirits were lightened. And so I want to thank them for all they do. And I want to thank the folks at SAGE for providing those programs where the sisters can take place so that we can have, even if it's virtual, that entertainment, fun, and joy in our lives at this time. They are truly, both the SAGE folks and the sisters, treasured and cherished.
I like what they bring to our community. They give us, you know, joy and encouragement to be who we are. It's obvious that they are not holding back as to who they are, and leaving, you know, their message to me is leave your fear behind and be fierce, because I see them as fierce, especially Penelope.
Mhm.
Am I getting names?
Penelope Crude. Yeah.
Yeah, Penelope Crude is like, I want to meet her or meet them. You know, I'm not sure what their pronouns are, but I would love to have coffee with them and just have some of that beauty and some of that positive goddess energy rub off on me. I see them as manifestations of, especially Penelope, I see her as a manifestation of the goddess that's within me. She's just so, she's that person that I reach down inside when I'm having the most difficult time. Not her per se, but the goddess that's within me. And she sort of gives me that, or they give me that, that persona, that image that now I have of my goddess now, in purple and beauty. And that's why I'm wearing purple today, is to honor her, to honor them. And I apologize, Penelope, I don't know what your pronouns are. So just, you know, take that as a compliment when I say her, because you are so feminine and you're so fierce and you're so beautiful that I acknowledge your feminine energy. And that's all I'm doing when I perhaps have misspoken your pronouns. I'll try to say they, them, there, but forgive me if I slip up, because again, your feminine energy is just so amazing. It's so encouraging. I very much enjoy all the other sisters as well. Each one of them brings a different aspect of that fierceness, that standing your ground, standing in your place and speaking your truth. I feel like that's what I've been doing in my way on my journey. I am also fierce. Sometimes I'm too fierce. Sometimes I forget, and I'm not as positive with that fierceness. And that's what I love about the sisters is they remain positive in their fierceness. They stand in their space in a positive way. I don't know them outside of the video, but that's what I see. And that's what brings me joy and happiness.
Hello, Rebecca Blair from Sage Metro Portland again. I have the absolute privilege in presenting the 2021 Legacy Award to some beautiful, fantastic, colorful folks, the Portland chapter of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. Our Legacy Award goes to an individual, group, or business who has made a substantial contribution of cash or in-kind support, allowing Sage Metro Portland to maintain or grow services and programs to benefit LGBT older adults. Sisters, you have done both. Last year, while trying to find ways to engage with our participants virtually, we reached out to some of the Portland sisters with some interesting and definitely untested virtual event ideas. And through some trial, minimal error, and a whole lot of sparkle, you helped us make it happen. Through dance parties and bingo nights, you have helped many to not only survive, but truly thrive in these small moments of connection and normalcy. Your ability to shower joy in our community, combined with grant funding, bingo prizes, you help us directly support our older adults. And it's been so needed, so vital, and so appreciated. All of us are proud to call you our sisters and are thrilled to honor you with this Legacy Award. Thank you for all you've done for us now and always. Congratulations.
Hi, Sage Metro Portland. It is us, the Portland Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. And we just wanted to say thank you so much for the Legacy Award this year. This is actually like the most beautiful award I've ever gotten. As you can see, I dressed in the color scheme. It's beautiful, just like Sage Metro Portland is beautiful. The Portland Sisters have had such a fun time this year with you virtually.
My favorite memory, honestly, is one of my first bingos and meeting a regular named Martina. Ever since I've seen her, she's come on every single bingo game, and every time I've seen her, she's always had a smile on her face. She's always filled with joy and happiness.
And it's such a beautiful blessing, especially in times when we can't necessarily connect physically, to be able to connect in other ways, and just having the opportunities for getting to be with each other is such a wonderful thing.
So to thank Sage for the award, it's very lovely. It is a wonderful shade of rainbow, which is my favorite. And it's been so much joy to be able to do all these events with Sage recently. Everyone always makes it a really fun time. And it's great to see all the regulars who make it out to the event.
And it has been like just a wonderful outlet during the pandemic to be able to work with Sage on these virtual events. Still been able to hand out prizes. We've been able to spread joy. We've been able to bring it to the comfort of your own home. And we've been able to still learn more about the community and learn more about all the wonderful people that make it up. So from the bottom of our hearts, we really appreciate this award and the recognition, and we want to continue recognizing the work that you do. Thank you.
Thank you to Max and to Rebecca for all that you do for Sage and everybody at Friendly House. We're the Portland Sisters, and we love you.
I've heard Reed Vandenberg's name for many years. I myself didn't actually come out as trans until 95. And for quite a while thereafter, I really wasn't that tuned into the trans community. But when I started to get more and more informed and meet other people, I started hearing the name Reed Vandenberg, and he's what a terrific person he was. So the first time I actually met him in person, it was at a gerontology conference at Oregon State University. We were both there, occupying a particular time slot, but about trans issues. But it was really Reed who was the primary speaker, and I was just in awe after having a chance to listen to him and have a limited part to contribute to that. So that was the first time I met Reed. Then I've met her through my association with Sage Metro Portland several times. And then when the pandemic hit and the socials that Sage used to host had to stop, in the in-person socials, and they went online. And so Max, the director of Sage, asked if I would be interested in a social with trans people, and that Reed would be the moderator. And I thought that was a fantastic thing. And so for the past year plus now, we've been holding these weekly socials. And through that, I've gotten to know Reed much better. And I have a great regret that I did not know him sooner, because as an author, as a therapist, as a teacher, as a lecturer, which he still does some, but I mean, I would have loved to have known him earlier on, because he is such a fountain of knowledge and such a great asset for our community. I think that Reed is so deserving of this award. And I just, every time I have a weekly social and get to listen to Reed chime in about something, about information he knows or he answers, provides such a professional, knowledgeable amount of information. I know all the other members of our group feel very fortunate that he's a part of that. So Reed, is congratulations. And I'm so thrilled to be able to at least play one small role in this. And you are so deserving of it. I'm so excited that you are the recipient. So look forward to seeing you, and hopefully seeing you for a long time to come.
Hi everyone, my name is Carrie Hoops and I'm the Executive Director of the William Temple House. It is just an honor to give a tribute to my friend Reed Vandenberg. I first met Reed in 1989, where we both worked as staff of the former Artquake Festival. He is one of the most tender spirits I have ever had the pleasure of working with. Our agency has many clients from the LGBTQ community. For years, Reed has been a key presenter on trans issues for our counseling interns, and most recently, he's joined our board of directors. In addition to this, I have watched his ongoing dedication to the elder trans community. He is currently the volunteer host of the Friendly House Weekly Trans Social, the only trans social for seniors in Portland. There are many trans activities for those under the age of 40, but less so for our elders. Reed has been deeply committed to the LGBTQ community, especially the trans population. Through his writings, consultations, and trainings about trans and gender issues, over the last several decades, through his work, he has eased many, many individuals' journeys in transitioning. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention his years-long participation in the Portland Gay Men's Chorus. I love that he brings his voice to this. Thank you, Reed.
Hello, everyone. My name is Max McCosey, and I'm the manager for Sage Metro Portland. It is rare to find individuals in this world today who give so much of their time, share their lived experiences to help other people. One exceptional individual that Sage has the honor to celebrate today is Reed Vandenberg. I met Reed at Pride 2017 when he was volunteering for Portland PFLAG, in which he also sat on the board of directors for. When we met in person, I found out that he was volunteering in a part of the Portland Gay Men's Choir, as well as his volunteer roles for the now defunct Artquake. I also discovered that Reed was an author of a book my own therapist refers to, Transition and Beyond, Observations on Gender Identity. Reed's commitment to providing emotional support for a journey of transitioning for young and older people has been a focus of his life for some time. Reed has been a person who has trailblazed exploring the life from lesbian to trans man. And in that time, he was a therapist, an author, a partner, a volunteer, and a community leader. Reed's personal experience transitioning way before services existed, before you could find community to lean on, I believe heightened his understanding and ability to advocate for trans folks, young and now on the older spectrum. He continues to trailblaze now on the other side of 60. The Sage Metro Portland Lifetime Achievement Award is given to a person to recognize their contributions to the LGBT+ community over their whole of a career or lifetime, rather than single contributions. Reed, I am honored to present this Lifetime Achievement Award to you, and thank you for your commitment and dedication to all of the communities you serve unconditionally. Happy Pride.
When I received word about this award coming my way, I wondered what to say in this acceptance speech. Yes, I've done a lot, participated in many ways in support of various LGBT+ organizations, but to make a list felt like bragging. And it occurred to me, what am I really being recognized for? Not for any one specific thing, not for participating in any particular organization. No, this award honors me for the effect I've had on my community. I sing in the Portland Gay Men's Chorus. A few years ago, we sang a song titled Nia, honoring one of the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, purpose in life. Author Maulana Karenga has written extensively about Kwanzaa and describes Nia as encompassing 4 values. We have a collective vocation. We are the heirs and custodians of a great legacy. We have a generational responsibility, and we join in personal and social purpose. Every day, I strive to honor the principles of Nia, my purpose in life, and always that purpose is based in fulfilling my role as a bridge builder, an educator, an advocate. I was driving around town the other day, seeing many pride flags in various businesses and hanging from porches. It reminded me I haven't yet hung my own flag out there. Then I realized that another way to look on this kind of award is that I live the flag every time I do something on behalf of anything LGBT+. If I were to distill my life philosophy to a single phrase, it would be one for all for one. I am one person doing what I can as I can on behalf of all of us. Thank you.